Hello everybody! Welcome back to Dungeon the Mad Mage. We are back from break. When we left our heroes, they had just completed their tour of Dwemercore, the magic academy run by Halaster Blackcloak himself. And the tour had been led by the titular mage, who promptly vanished at the end of said tour, almost as if they had grown bored of the overall experience and decided to just
I'm sick of you guys.
Skip out on things. They were very like, this is fun, and then they were like, okay, we're done. So the party has been basically abandoned within the hall leading into to the north, to the foyer, and towards the headmaster's office, and to the south, leading back to the evocation classroom. So, you all have completed a task for Halaster, right? For the headmaster. You have defeated the infernal bounty hunter Vangrath, which was accidentally, quote-unquote, summoned into this floor. For that, you have been rewarded with knowledge of how to get to the next floor, free passage, which you already had. Halaster keeps stressing that. And then a magic item, which is the Iron Stone of Mastery. So, what the fuck do you want to do now?
Alright, guys,
Take a little nap.
I've got some potentially bad news. I'm pretty sure Nestor's the contact that Artor has previously tasked me with finding, so I'm probably gonna have to have a conversation with them.
Why do you think that?
Jay clearly did some reading during the break.
So we
I'm ready.
have this conversation.
Artor wants us to kill Zalara's sister named Carestra, who's a vampire following Char. Unknown which floor. Lead towards finding Carestra from unnamed mage vested in shadow within the student body of Dwemercore.
Nestor's not in the student body.
Yeah, I guess he is not in the student body. Well, it wasn't Karstus.
I'm thinking it's definitely the fucking Thay guy, red robe dude.
Oh, the one that just contracted Bones to assassinate Ash's two potential girlfriends.
You don't know that?
No, Ellen is the drow.
Elon, like Musk.
Yeah.
Should we?
Though
room
nested
has
in
conversation?
shadow is a neat way of calling a drow.
That is kind of fucked up, actually. Don't like that.
It said vested in shadow. Is that?
Vested in shadow within.
Oh,
the
I heard
student
nested.
body. Vested with a V.
With a V,
They
vested.
make it nested.
Four.
Oh, back. Read it read it in its entirety real quick before we begin.
Well, I mean, it is my approximation, so. Arthur wants
great.
to kill Zilla. Fuck you.
Okay, everyone's gonna have to we're gonna have to
Lead
sleuth,
towards
we're gonna have to figure out which episode that was in. We all go to the YouTube, we find that episode, and we have to start looking through sections. Okay, where did it happen? What exactly did he say?
So if I'm not given a copy pasta, I have to paraphrase from myself.
Get good at paraphrasing. What do you want me to say?
Anyways, lead towards finding Carestra from an unnamed mage vested in shadow within the student body of Dwemercore.
Hey, vested with a V.
Vested, Victor.
Yep,
Victor.
vested with a V.
Well, so vested in shadow. It could be the alleged Shadow Thay guy. It could be Ellen. It could be.
Elon.
I know what I said, and I stand by it.
Fucking
I'm
Ellen
leaning more towards Ellen at this
DeGeneres.
point.
It could be Ellen.
Ellen DeGeneres.
It could be Karstis. He's shadowy.
No, you already asked him.
I don't think it's Karstis though. I think it's Ellen or Nihilus. His name is Nihilus.
Nihilus?
The
Yeah, Nihilus. That's right.
is the
Wait,
is the
he's
contract.
a human, right?
Nihilus
No.
is the red-robed guy. He's the
He's a guy from the Shadow Fae.
he's the
No.
Hey.
Fae. He's the Fae
Fae?
guy.
Fae.
Thay.
T.H.
Hey.
Thayan. He is
The land of the
alien.
Lich.
That's what I said. I said Fae. I said Shadow Fae.
Shadow Thay is not a thing.
Shadow
Is
Thay
it not?
sounded very close to Shadow Fae.
I heard it too.
I don't think
And
Jack has seen
also,
those books, so I don't really know.
That's
Jay,
absolutely- that's fair.
you had a conversation with Karstis and confirmed he was not.
Why
the
don't we head back to your room and chat about this?
Oh, are we
I
in character right now? I didn't realize it.
Oh, you're out of
Jesus
character.
Christ.
In a hallway chatting about shit.
All right, I'm heading. Going.
Sneak around.
Make sure to hug this wall.
You know
Otherwise-
what? In this room, I'm
You
gonna
don't-
go check behind the tapestry. Is there anything cool?
You don't want to interact with Marambra in the evocation classroom?
Not right now, I don't.
Training.
What? Why not?
I got myself stuck in the wall again. Can you just move me to the room?
Yeah. Okay. I will move you. Ah! I moved everything.
The world shifted.
Okay. Matashtai, as you all are passing through the chamber where the large red drapery is and the large pulley, you decide to investigate behind it?
Yeah.
Suppose
Are
I
you actually
shouldn't
like
be
lifting
over
the
here.
drapery to look behind, or are you pulling it
Just in
aside with the
case.
pulley?
That's a good question. Do I do what they expect me to do, or do what they don't? I do what they don't do. I lift it up.
Okay.
And you die.
You die.
Okay. I am rolling up my new character.
What's everyone else doing?
I'm witnessing Matashtai's death.
It's traumatizing.
How
Is there a lot of blood? Or is it one of those where just the ghost...
Does my blood just shoot out from every orifice?
I need some descriptors here to...
I guess, fine, I guess I will just describe instead, rather, I suppose Matashtai doesn't die. I'll just describe to Matashtai what he's... Everyone, for clarity, no one else knows this. No one else sees this. Just Matashtai sees
I mean,
this.
you could just go to a private room and...
And I break the layout. All that jazz.
Well, you're the one that decided to be a DM.
Or just tell everyone to
Hey,
tell everyone to deafen.
Everybody deafen until he waves his hands. Here we go. 3, 2,
I'm
1.
joking. I'm
One,
joking.
go.
Oh god, it didn't matter that much. Oh fuck.
Jake did not
I didn't do
follow
it.
this.
I didn't do it.
Jake
Alright.
did not listen to the information.
Anyways, beyond the enormous red velvet curtain, Matashtai,
Fine.
you see that there are a bunch of paintings arranged behind the curtain in 3 rows of 5. And each of the paintings seems to depict an assortment of mages presided over by Halaster, grouped together for the painting of a portrait. Oddly, though,
Interesting.
most of the paintings on the top and middle row, right, are comprised primarily of skeletal figures. And then, as you're kind of realizing that, you realize that the last couple paintings on the bottom row, while they don't have skeletal figures, they also don't have a Halaster Blackcloak.
Interesting. Okay. And literally no one's paying
It's like they're intentionally not looking. Fuck you, Jake. I see you.
attention.
I'm back.
I think you might
And
have
I
been
pulled
the
the drape
only
open.
one, Zach.
What?
Now, since Jeremy went through all that, I opened the drape.
That's what I would. This is what I was trying to avoid. All right, everyone sees as Matashtai pulls the drapery aside. You all see, that there are paintings arranged across the wall behind the drapery in 3 rows of 5. Each of the paintings seems to depict an assortment of mages presided over by Halaster Blackcloak, grouped together for a painting of a portrait. Oddly, though, most of the paintings on the top and middle row are comprised primarily of skeletal figures. And then as you're kind of like realizing that, right, you also realize that the last couple paintings on the bottom row do not contain a Halaster Blackcloak, though the figures are non-skeletal.
I feel like you talked a whole lot
Isn't that
longer when
neat,
you were
guys?
talking with Mitch.
Yeah.
He definitely paraphrased for you guys.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
Also
That's
saw a whole
cool.
lot more hand motions when you were describing it to Mitch.
That's entirely possible.
Disappointed. I want the same experience
the-
Mitchell got.
You
I
gotta
get the
stick
best
your head
experience.
underneath velvet draperies next time.
That's not gonna happen.
It's definitely not going to be a guillotine the next episode.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Ezra knows better.
Okay.
All right, well, it's cool. That's cool. I put my hand through it. Does it go through?
No. You touch
Okay.
wall or painting, depending on where you're touching.
Okay. Let's head back.
And back.
Those with high enough perception, right?
So everyone except for me. Got
Everyone except for Ezra.
it. Got it. You
Right.
could have just said that.
Those with high enough perception, there is not a painting, right, with any of the figures that you have met so far. Right?
Except
like
for, oh yeah,
like there's no painting with Marta or Turbulence or Spite or Violence or Nihilus or Elon or any of the students that you have met so far. There is no painting with them in it.
they either become one of the 7 or they die,
Ooh. Oh my.
or they retire.
Okay, that works. Oh god, I just made Mossy very large.
Yeah, big boss.
The diamond was a
Nope.
one-up mushroom or whatever.
No big moss.
Such a hard sound to replicate with your mouth.
Alright, you guys make your way back to Ezra's room. I need someone
Not it.
roll me a... I think it's a D12, but let me check.
A D7.
D12!
Oh,
Oh, oh, oh.
As you all are walking into the room, or into the hallway, right? On the opposite side of the hallway, you see, walking into the chamber, Spite, the young wizard that you had met at the very beginning of the tour, accompanied by the massive figure of his ogre, half ogre, something along those lines, companion. And Spite looks at you, this young boy, right? Like, looks at you all as you kind of like are walking into the hall, and his eyes kind of like light up, and he goes, "Oh, hi. How are you all doing?"
He's where? He's in this room?
Yeah, he's in the hallway of the dorm
okay,
dissension.
okay.
Yeah.
We just finished the tour with the headmaster.
Oh, did you enjoy yourselves?
Just got killed by a devil, but aside from that, yeah, it was great.
Connor liked it.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bit new. There definitely wasn't a devil-killing scenario when I did my tour.
Well, it helps when the person you're replacing doesn't conjure one before you get here.
Oh, okay. yeah, that's fair. I heard about what happened with Yarick, but I didn't get any real specifics.
Yeah, we found his remains.
Oh, no. Wow. Interesting. How's...
Sorry.
We actually concerned that oh no sounded fake as fuck.
Roll me an insight check.
Alright, I'm down.
While he's thinking about that, sorry, what was your name again? Started with S, right?
I'm Spite Harudel.
Spite Haradel.
He seems genuine, Bones. He seems as if he's trying to make friends.
Interesting.
How long you been here, Spite?
Oh, not very long. Just maybe a couple months or so.
I'm gonna move closer so we're not like yelling at each
Down the
other from
hall.
across the hall.
Yeah.
Like,
He
what's
kind of
up?
like, you see the half ogre behind him kind of like crosses their arms and kind of like stands, basically taking up the entire fucking hallway, right? Like, very grumpy look on their face, just kind of glowering across at you. But Spite just kind of like stands there very casually. Like, Spite's young. Spite's like
12, 13?
like maybe at most. Right?
Okay.
Like, Spite's a boy, not like a young man. Spite is a boy, right? And Spite has like that whole child prodigy kind of scenario written all over him, type situation. But he very kind of like relaxed. You approach, he doesn't like flinch back or show concern or anything like that at all. He's just like, yeah, oh my god, Mossy, get out of there.
He says, "What are you doing?"
He's trying to say something with Mr.
He's burrowing through walls.
This is why Zach cannot have nice things.
It was an accident. I was trying to move myself up next to a tiefling door.
That's funny. So Spike's
And
just
I
sitting
look
there.
back at his half ogre friend as well, real quick, and I say, "And your name?"
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And Spike just kind of like looks up and like points and says, "If you didn't catch that, this is Dumara. She's my friend. She's always kind of protected me. So, yeah."
It's actually
That's-
curious how someone of your stature has made it all the way down this far into Undermountain. That's
Oh. Well, honestly, I mean, most of that's due to Damara. Like, she literally carried me a pretty far way down here, but I don't know, I've just always kind of been good at magic. It just comes naturally to me. So, you know, there are a couple of things that I'm pretty decent at. Like, I know a bunch of cantrips, and I'm really good at, you know, just firing those off. And you know, like mage armor and magic missile came to me like really, really early, you know? So, yeah.
A piece of beef jerky as he's chatting.
What?
are
what
you like
school-
an official student?
Oh, yeah, I'm a student. Sorry, what were you saying, Ezra?
What school do you focus in,
Oh, I mean,
or are intending to?
I right now I'm just really out to kind of learn as much as I can.
You're real young.
Roll me insight, Ezra.
16.
I mean, he is pretty young. That's possible, right? Most mages do tend to maybe not specialize, right? But like have a area of
Interest.
passion, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, exactly, right? Or maybe like a handful of areas for the really diverse mage.
Have an answer to that
Exactly,
question.
right? But like he is also very young, so it's possible that he just hasn't hit that point to where he's developed an answer.
He hasn't picked a major yet.
Exactly, yeah. He hasn't picked a major yet.
A major.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
Um,
Is he very young or is he very young?
Roll a
Is there a
perception
difference?
check for me.
Cool.
I have no way of possibly knowing that. I will roll.
He's actually a 300-year-old gnome.
Yeah, is it a 300-year-old gnome that looks like a 12-year-old girl?
Looks like a young man. Acts like a young man, talks like a young man, sounds like a young man.
He didn't say like fiddle faddle or anything, so.
That's true. He's not talking like the fiddle faddle with them old youths or nothing.
Alright then.
Sounds like a duck, talks like a duck, looks like a duck, walks like a duck.
Where does he live?
Which?
what dorm are you in?
Oh,
But
I'm in the dorm Essentia.
I look at the 4 doors.
This is not Essentia.
We're
The four
Essentia.
you're in
Mhm.
Decentia. The 4 doors here are listed as Turbulence, Violence, Karstus, and Ezra.
And Ela.
No.
Harstis, not Ela.
Essentia. Hey, while we're doing this, hey, do these doors have locks?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do you
Oh,
just
God.
like Jimmy one, or
I'm
just
just
like
like-
jiggle a door handle?
Yeah, I'm just gonna jiggle this door now.
It does feel locked.
Oh, interesting.
In
I-
front of the boy, you're gonna
I'm
try
gonna just
and.
turn around and have a conversation with my friend here, and I'm gonna start talking to Mossy. And I'm gonna Jimmy the lock.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Roll lockpicking for me.
But I want to do it in such a way that hopefully this man doesn't notice that I'm doing things like this.
Sure. Roll a stealth and a lockpicking for me.
Okay, while he's doing that, I kind of mentioned, hey, Spike, this is going to sound really random, but I
32.
Jesus
God damn
Christ.
it.
collect signatures in an effort to like understand language and how people write. Would you mind signing something for me real quick?
That's a weird hobby. I mean, sure, yeah, I
It
don't
is.
care.
Yeah, he
I forgot
asked
a piece
all
of
of us to
paper.
do it. It is real weird.
He
I pull out a piece of
signs.
paper. I have him.
What do you want me to write?
Okay.
Just my name?
I think back to the runes. I try to think of a word in common that would look similar to the runes in some way, like the same kind of sweeps and stuff.
Okay. You ask him to write "Go forward, hold here."
Okay, sure, I love it. Perfect. That's what I say. Well, I'm looking for inspiring phrases to say at the beginning of a combat.
Like inspirational posters in a workplace.
Yeah. I've got an idea.
Please roll me a deception
back
during
up.
this, by the way.
It's like your name. Like,
You were fine, but you started to like pile on.
Blammo. It's not bad.
He says, "Yeah, okay, sure," and he just writes in the most basic, common, formulaic script you have ever seen.
Right. And
Which
no telltale.
does-
We'll evaluate it later.
Sure.
Thank you.
Bones.
And I kind of look back at Damara. I'm like, would you mind?
Damara leans forward over Fight, takes the quill, right? Teeny tiny quill, massive hand, takes it in multiple fingers, and goes.
Big X.
Just signs an X.
Thank you. That's real nice. I appreciate that.
Bones.
Hello.
You turn. You're having a conversation with Mossy. While that is happening, your tools come out. They go into the lock. You begin to shift around. You turn away from the conversation with Mossy, participate partially in the conversation that's going on, turn again, have a private conversation with Ezrah, turn again to Mossy, have another conversation. Basically, you are the knight and the most social butterfly on the face of the planet. No one could ever assume that you are doing anything untoward. However, this fucking lock will not goddamn... What the fuck? Try as you might, you are unable to pick this lock. It eludes you.
Womp.
Damn. Alright, well, it is what it is.
Your stealth was... Mwah! Your thieves' tools was really good, but apparently not good enough for this lock.
I think that's the minimum I can roll.
One away.
Spite looks at you, all of you in the aftermath, and he says, "Well, you know, Ezra, I'm really glad you're here. It's really exciting to have a new student here to kind of shake things up. So, you know, I hope you're gonna have fun, and you know, I hope things go well from here for you."
How many new people have come after you, Spite?
Oh, not that many since I've been here. Like, Yarrick was new. He didn't last very long. The twins are new. They've only been here for a few months. Marta's really new. She's only been here for a few weeks. She's, I think, the newest.
She's an Ascension?
Yeah, Marta's pretty skilled. She's really good at conjuration magic. Kind of a whiz, honestly. Like, it's pretty neat.
Interesting. Suspect
How long have you been here?
Maybe about 6 or 7 months. It's a little hard to you know, you lose track of time, the days kind of blend together, but you know, definitely a little over a year, not much more than that. Or sorry, a little over half a year. Oh god, if I've been here for a year, oof. If I've been here for a year, I have not grown much. I need to keep better track on my marker.
And you're from the Waterdeep, or?
Oh, I'm from Baldur's Gate.
Okay. Quite the journey just from Baldur's Gate to Undermountain.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's just a couple days by boat. My papa sent me down here because, well, you know, my papa, he's never been very good with magic per se, but he used to be an adventurer back in his day, and he, you know, he saw a lot of things, and he had a lot of really great experiences, and made a little bit of money, and he wanted good stuff for me. So he knew about this place, and I got the letter. So it was just something that had to happen.
And he hired Damara to...
Oh no. Damara's a family friend from his adventuring days.
Dang, this lore goes deep.
Very interesting.
Just to clarify real quick, your dad was all like, "Hey kiddo, why don't you just go on an adventure down into a dungeon and learn some magic from a crazy dude?"
I mean,
We don't like this
it's
C
look,
word.
I already knew some magic, right? So like I'm not I studied in Baldur's Gate, but like
Okay, sorry. Maybe I should clarify.
what
Why
what
did your dad send you here instead of like
well they look
school
the,
outside?
they
Why?
have rules there. They have rules there, and they expect you to go a certain path, and they expect you to take a specific amount of time, and they expect it to take a specific amount of coin, and I didn't need the time, and Papa didn't have the coin, so it didn't make sense, right? Like, I was better than most of the third or fourth year students, and they wouldn't teach me anything new because I had to take the course in the order that the course was taught. And
Well,
it was
you won
too
me over. Traditional
expensive.
school's a waste.
Right?
So.
Like, I mean...
About it, we will have a conversation later, Matt.
Spite Horrodale for anarchism. Let's go.
You're being a bad example to this youth, Matashtai.
I think he's saying some good stuff.
They're great.
Yeah.
Well, Spite, we've had a bit of a long day. Got into a fight with a demon or devil. I don't know.
Yeah,
Ezra keeps
devil.
correcting everyone, so I think it's a devil. So I think we're gonna take a nap.
It's definitely a devil. It's not a demon.
Shit, there's two of them now. All right. Well, we're gonna go lay down for a bit.
That sounds fine. So, I get that you all have had a big day, and it's a lot to get into a new place and everything like that. But, before you do anything else or anything else crazy happens, maybe stop by my room. There's a lot of stuff that goes on here, and there's some interesting things that I think maybe you would be interested in. I'm assuming some stuff left off of the tour, perhaps.
Yeah, we never saw where Essentia was, did we?
Yeah,
Did
so
not.
let's go.
Well, like you said, you maybe need a rest, but like,
Oh no.
I mean, if you're interested, I could take you to Essentia. It's not.
I'm out.
Let's do it.
How many short rests have we had today? Just
You've
one?
only had one.
Okay. This spot, why don't we meet you at your room and say...
We don't know
an
where
hour?
his room is.
Essentia is...
Find it. Where's Essentia? We'll meet you there
He
in about an
can't tell
hour.
us or his brain explodes.
Essentia's really easy to find. So you came in from the foyer, right?
Courtroom. Yep.
The coat
Yeah.
room? Okay. So you just head east from there and you're at Essentia. Or if you're at the headmaster's office, you just head west and you're at Essentia.
Oh, yeah, we know where that is.
Yeah, easy peasy.
All right, well, give us an hour.
Yeah,
We'll come
my room's the
check out your
first
room.
door on the left.
Does that have a big placard like Ezra's here?
Oh yeah, it has my name on it.
Okay, that'll make it easy.
This definitely does
Alright.
not feel like a trap.
We'll see you in about an hour, all right?
Everyone roll me, because you're all trained, insight.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This
Everyone
motherfucker's...
roll me insight.
This... You don't have a name like Spite and a nice little demeanor and not be some evil piece of shit.
A 16 is a natural one. God
name,
damn.
You can't roll a natural one.
Oh my god.
And I have the added benefit of reading the Malazan books as well, Jeremy. I know who Spite is.
I didn't make this name. This is a part of the regular module. Don't come at me. Okay,
Wait, is this a character from the Malazan books?
No, this
yeah,
is
so
most...
it's not, but there's
Yeah.
there's a
They
couple of
just
sisters
share a
called Envy and
name.
Spite, and they are super powerful and super evil.
Is that 12 your insight? Because don't you have advantage on insight checks, Matashtai?
Yes, I do. Sorry, second.
Run
It's these
More to
days.
bet. Blammo.
God damn.
Much better.
One of the times we're calling it mattered.
That's good, because your
We need-
DC was a 25.
Ooh.
Good Lord, do we need to deafen again?
Everyone else please deafen, aside from Mitch. I will wave at you.
Oh my god.
Matashtai, you've had this long, amicable conversation with this young Spite Paradel. And everything seems on the up and up. As on the up and up as this place can be. It's kind of a weird place, right? But when
Yeah.
Spite goes through the motions of accepting you all resting and coming by his room later and telling you where Dorm Essentia is, there's a brief moment, right, where that super friendly facade kind of cracks. And it's specifically when he says, yeah, it's the first room on the left. You feel this kind of vibe that comes off of him, that like washes off of him, this exuding of just
Spite.
confidence.
Malice. Oh.
Of like, of course, it's the first room on the left. Because he's the first boy. He's the brightest boy. He's the best boy. But the way he says it, and the way he goes about it, and the way he does all of this, feels as if there's more. Obviously, he wants you to visit for a reason, right? He's not letting on what that reason is. None of this smacks of the 12-year-olds or the 11-year-olds or the 10-year-olds or the 9-year-olds that you've seen back in Adar. None of it. Even the ones that are shell-shocked from, like, the horror of their villages, like, well beyond their years, they still don't act like this. They're still children in their children moments. And then, every once in a while, they have that moment where it's beyond their years. Spite is seemingly always beyond his years.
Okay.
I'm back.
Damn it, Jake, look at your fucking screen! Bitch. Alright.
All right.
I found a PlayStation 1 jacuzzi
Catch you
while we were
later.
waiting.
Jacuzzi.
The fuck?
Yeah, it's like a hot tub.
The hot tub.
So you ordered it, right?
Yeah.
No, that would require him having to go outside, and he doesn't do that.
No, you can put that shit inside.
He doesn't have a big enough house to do that.
He has too many wood walls to introduce fucking water.
That's true. Absolutely true. So Spite looks at all of you.
His whole house will warp in on itself.
That's how those walls react. Absolutely. So Spite looks at all of you after kind of like the exchange and says, "All right, well, you know where to find me, and I hope things go really well. Super awesome for you. If you don't mind, Damara's kind of big, so we're going that way.
Out of your way. It was real nice chatting with you.
Yeah,
Take it
you
easy, Spite.
too.
Okay.
Alright, you all kind of like duck into Ezra's room, and Spite and Dumara pass beyond and disappear.
After we duck in his room, I take a look at it. I take a look at the locking mechanism.
Okay.
He's like, I'm gonna get those goddamn doors open.
Yeah.
Is it such a thing that I could like shove a bunch of cotton in the fucking hole and keep it from shutting properly?
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
The DC is not high. DC is 10.
Well, I can fail that. I didn't know.
This is actually not a complicated lock at all.
Magic.
In point of fact, it is so uncomplicated a lock, you're not sure how you failed to pick it.
Okay. So I then would like to fiddle around with Ezra's lock while it's open.
He's gonna fucking break my goddamn lock.
See if I can just make it, do stuff.
As you are fiddling around with the lock, you find your efforts thwarted at every juncture.
Okay, this is magic bullshit. Everyone, this is magic bullshit.
Welcome to the wizard school.
It is in point of fact magic bullshit, and Bones, you very clearly identify very quickly that this is magic bullshit.
Okay, well,
Sounds like
I'm doing the lock. Is it something that I can like shove a bunch of cotton in the hole?
Roll me a
I don't know
intelligence
how-
check. Just straight intelligence check.
it sounded like you were about to say, I don't know how locks work.
Well, they're different. I rolled a 30.
Wow.
You could do a lot of things, but with magic involved, you have no fucking clue whether or not what you do is gonna matter.
Well, ain't that the truth? Okay, well that makes sense.
That's the issue, right? Like, you could do, I could try this, I could try that, I could do these other 13 things, but I have no idea if the magic is just gonna be like, fuck you.
All right, well I'm gonna shove a bunch of cotton in the hole and see if it shuts.
Into Ezra's?
Yeah.
It shuts?
Is it locked?
Locks?
Interesting. Can I get it open, or did I jam the mechanism?
It opens.
Damn.
It doesn't seem to really care about the actual locking mechanism itself.
Damn magic bullshit. Ezra, did you get a key? How does this shit work?
Magic bullshit.
Okay, so did you or did you not get a key?
You were not given a key, Ezra.
So it just opens for magic bullshit.
Think about it locking.
It's like a fingerprint lock, but magic. It's got facial recognition.
That's fine, I'll just have to seduce them.
I will watch that.
The lock or the door? Or
I don't know, but I'm ready for either.
Whatever he's seducing, I'm down to watch.
I'm ready for any of the above. Oh, fuck. Alright. You guys find yourself in Ezra's room, shut away, calm, quiet, contained.
Well, guys, as nice as the kid seems, I really kind of want to start digging into the Hosnarketa and what's going on. I don't know if we really... I mean, if you guys really are set on going to meet with this kid to figure out what's all going on, that's fine, but I kind of want to start digging into things.
What does digging into things entail?
Reading.
Me going to the study and reading copious amounts.
Well, you can do afterwards. Also, I
I
definitely
mean, we're not going to be there all day.
Beware.
I don't know what that
His
means.
room. Which, by the way, he's evil as fuck.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, no, that kid is... He may look as young as he ain't that young, for sure.
You hear Valina in your mind, Matashtai. You hear, what do you mean evil? He was the most sweet, charming child in the world.
I'm getting vibes.
What do you mean vibes? You're being paranoid.
Generally, yes. But this time, absolutely, there's something about that kid. Okay, I said it before in my mind, but you didn't hear it. But you don't have a name like Spite, look like that, and be the top student at Dwemer. Oh, by the way, first door on the left at Essentia, #1 student. That kid is the best wizard here.
What if he was... Okay.
The best. Better than everyone.
Ashes.
Like no one ever was?
You hear in your mind, right? As at the beginning of this, right? Like, not after all this, during this conversation, right? Like, you hear from Zalar, you hear like, oh, fuck yeah, that kid is an asshole. Fuck that kid. That kid sucks. That kid is lying through his fucking teeth. He is just oozing. Oh, look at me. I'm so fucking good. I'm so fucking proper. I'm the best boy.
Just imagine a sword doing this.
It's just the cross guard going.
Almost just spewed water everywhere.
Okay, so Ezra, I support your quest for knowledge, but I'm gonna just be honest. I wouldn't wander around here alone. The little bald one snuck up on me, and you know how tough that is.
He did
It's like
sneak up on
everybody's
you.
kind of just wandering around.
That is a fair point. I would prefer to be accompanied, but I know how much you guys enjoy quiet places while, people are embracing knowledge and how much you all appreciate that.
Look, there's a certain level of shade that's happening right now that I think needs to be dialed back a tad.
Matt looks at us and says, I don't think you fucking know us at all.
Also, by the way, are we pretty much all in agreement Marta is most likely the person that fucked with the runes on the...
It seemed like pretty that way, but I don't know, man. I pull out the writing that the kid did. And hold on, before you answer this, does it look as far away as possible of what the writing should look like? Like
Deliberately
different.
Roll me a
William Shatner check.
handwriting check.
Okay, I'm on it.
I got a 19.
It's an 18 plus whatever my knowledge in handwriting is.
It is as far away from what you wrote down as possible.
What do you think the plague would be?
I'm just saying.
He was trying to make us think it was Marta?
Yes, I do.
Oh my god, is he like a conniving little shit?
I think he's super smart, right?
He is the sweetest boy. What are you talking about? Oh, he is
What?
totally a fucking little asshat.
I don't know. I kind of agree with her. Like, I mean,
What if
I'm
you
sorry,
are?
Who do you agree
starting
with?
to see it. I'm starting to see it.
Who do you agree with? Wait, well, I'm confused. What?
Yeah, the I feel like at this point the wavelengths are synced up enough to where Ashes and Matashtai can both hear Zalara and Valara or Valina, sorry. But
Valara?
Ezra,
We're just combining them.
we're just meshing them
now.
together. But Ezra and Bones are kind of like out on. It's funny. I didn't even intend this. I did not intend this at all. This just fucking happened. But Ashes and Matashtai both have the telepathic like scenario going on, and then Ezra and Bones are both the only people who can talk with Mossy. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Everybody has somebody.
so it's this fucking like, yeah.
No, not everybody has somebody. Just because I can talk to Mossy doesn't make him mine.
Well, look.
I'm
You
here.
got your pseudo-dragon.
Oh yeah, you got the dragon.
That is in the study and not with me at all times.
You chose for that scenario. He could be with you.
Wait,
He could, but
him here?
like the scenario is I told Jake, you can have the pseudo dragon. He'll come with you, but if you do, he can be killed.
Yep. Yeah, and y'all got
back. He's a familiar.
y'all got ghosts that can't die, and then he has a fucking Challenger 5 Zorn
Mossy's a
or whatever.
tank.
Oh, no,
Mossy's
no,
a
Mossy's
goddamn
stronger
tank.
than all of us.
A Challenger 1/4 pseudo dragon that compares it all.
Look,
Y'all motherfuckers got fucking soulmates and
like
bullshit.
I wouldn't have scaled him up.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
This
you
is
can
my
change your mind.
believing face.
You can change your mind. You fam.
Yeah, you can just
Anyways.
summon them.
The DM hates me. It's
All right,
known
are we
now.
going- Are we going to this meeting or not? I kind of like to see Ascension.
Also, I've got to find. What was his name? Niles? Nihilus?
Nihilus.
Nihilist.
Compromise.
Yeah,
You
Ashes, I gotta plan.
And Ezra.
You know, sync up with me later. I'm gonna need your help on a project.
Okay.
That's
Jesus
a compromise.
Christ.
If you come with, and we go see how evil this piece of shit kid is, I'll escort you to the library and hang out with you quietly the whole time.
Is this kid gonna kill us all? Because you're being awful.
Maybe.
nice.
So like we should probably like get a little nap in.
No. We're like under strict like no student killing policy.
That's
right?
not how
Like,
this works. That's
No,
not how
only
this
Ezra can
works.
kill another one.
When
We can do whatever we want.
when did that get said? When
That
did
was
no
never
student
said.
killing policy get said?
Like Halaster was like, "Don't
Nope.
kill the student." Well, we're not.
That
students.
was to Arturia and Trobriand.
Oh, right. Okay.
He didn't say
You're
shit to the
projecting, Jay.
students.
You're projecting, Jay.
I was forgetting.
I mean,
Also, seriously, who? It's this stone that we got for killing the devil. Like, I don't. Just because he put it in my hand doesn't mean it's mine. Is there somebody who's like really wanting to have 5 proficiency right now?
We're tuned up. We're not saying that.
Yeah, I'm attuned up too, but
I think everyone is attuned up. It's a hard choice.
I don't know that it's a good enough benefit to me to drop my other attunements. So
Plus
Well, I mean,
one.
what else?
Plus 1 to your attack scores. Plus 1 to all proficient saving throws. Plus 1 to all proficient skills. Plus
Yeah.
1 to
Great.
everything that involves proficiency.
I agree, but that means I've got to drop my amulet of health. Don't really want to do that.
Hard choices.
all of my Boldre stuff. Don't want to do that.
Because here's the thing, right? I
Wait,
have.
what do you mean? All of your Boldre stuff?
Well, so those all count as one.
Those all
But,
count as one.
like,
So you just
but
described 2
my third one-
things.
But my third one is my ethereal staff.
Fucking Jeremy.
Stop being ethereal.
Fine. Jeremy makes a good point. I'll throw my hat in the ring. Fuck it.
I'm
Ring of
so
Destiny.
ready for
Hold on.
this.
Time out. Is this the damn thing that floats around and can be killed?
It
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
It has like
Yeah, it has an
24
AC. It has HP. Yeah, absolutely.
And then what happens when it dies?
Technically, I don't think it says.
but it's an action to like put it up in place and to remove it. and you still have to attune to it.
I think somebody can just snatch it too.
Yeah, but it's like a dex save. It is.
What happens
It could be.
It's like the most fuck-withable item ever.
Another creature must use an action to grasp or net the stone to separate it from you, either by making a successful attack roll against AC 24 or successful DC 24 dexterity check.
Neither of those are that hard.
It has 10 hit points and is resistant to all damage.
Yeah, but that means you only
No,
have
if someone fireballs me, it's hitting that thing.
No, because it counts as worn.
It does count as worn. It's considered to be an object that is being worn while it orbits your head.
It's really weird, and it's really so far from what I'm reading. It's kind of bullshitting all over the place because, one, right, it's an object, right? Objects can be destroyed. Two, it's a magic object. Magic objects typically cannot be easily destroyed. But it has HP, it has AC, etc., etc. So probably what would end up happening is I would end up house ruling something along the lines of, like, if it gets destroyed for like a day, and then you like put it back up, you know, that type of thing.
I would say maybe what it is if it gets destroyed, it just knocks out the attunement and you have to reattune.
That's fairly close to
I
what
have
I was saying.
11 efficiencies. So that would be pretty cool, but then I couldn't be invisible.
No, you would have 12 because your expertise doubles your proficiency.
No, I mean, I have 11 skills and/or tools that I'm proficient with.
He's saying
That's a lot
he's
of
got a
points.
lot of things that would get a
That's
plus
a lot
to
of
it.
points.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I also enjoy being invisible at will.
So here's my problem, right? Like,
I
Solara's-
love posing difficult challenges.
Solara's one
I'm good
eye.
with passing on the stone. I think I'm okay without it.
The circlet of intelligence is another, and then I've got the bull rush helmet. So I would.
I don't know why the hell you're still obsessed with the bull rush. I would
It's
absolutely drop that
fun.
item stone
I like it.
immediately. Immediately.
Come
It is
on,
fun.
it's cool.
It's mediocre at best.
At best.
It's
a neat attack.
fun.
What about you, Jacob? Are you considering
Why
it?
don't you spend some time training to be able to do that attack with your horns?
That would-
I don't feel
Yeah.
'cause he-
Look
he's-
at his ass thinking now.
He's already training to do other things.
Yeah.
But one's more important than the other.
Let's see. Well, what about you, Jake? Would you be interested in it? Okay. All right.
All of my spellcasting is DC and
Then I will.
Your
It increases your DC.
yeah, your proficiency, your DC that's a +1 to your DC.
He's like, son of a bitch.
That is exactly what that would be, because your DC is 8 plus your spellcasting modifier plus your proficiency. So a +1 to your proficiency would be a +1 to your DC.
I'm indifferent.
I feel you. That's fair.
I love being invisible. So if you have something you can easily drop, Jay.
Yeah.
What
the bull rush
if-
helmet is
What
not.
if I complicated this?
All right,
What if I-
complicated.
What if I complicated this by saying that many moons ago we had discussed the idea of how cool would it be if you had scaling proficiencies
I knew this was coming.
throughout
Fucking knew it.
this camp
All right.
throughout the game, throughout the game. And what if, when we had that conversation, you guys were level 12, and thus your proficiency modifier was a +4? And what if, during that conversation, I had decided, oh, well, since proficiency ups to +5 at 13, wouldn't it be really cool when the players hit 13 for me to be like, oh, okay, you guys can now have 5 attunement slots.
So here's the thing.
So
Jeremy.
what if
Yeah, that's
instead
really
of
cool.
waiting until that 13 happened, what if I just said right now, you guys can have, since you're level 12 and you have +4 proficiency, what if I said right now you could have 4 attunement slots?
Then I reattuned to Krek.
then the situation
thing.
becomes everyone has 1 open attunement slot.
That's not true, because here's the thing, Jeremy.
It's totally true.
You get another slot, but you have to attune to it to get that slot, so it takes up an attunement slot to do so. So it's basically as if it wasn't an attunement at all, and you don't actually get a new slot.
Except you still get all the other benefits, you dum-dum.
Well, I mean, yeah, you get the benefits. Yes. Like, I'm saying it's the same as if it didn't give you if it wasn't
As if the
attunement.
stone wasn't attunement in
At
this
all.
very moment.
Like,
However,
Sure.
the rest of us getting extra attunement slots if we have other gear also get those benefits.
So,
if
You're
so
wrong.
what I
attunement
think I'm
slot,
saying-
but didn't take one as well. then
What I
we would
think
be
I'm
talking
saying,
about it.
to complicate matters over the course of the next week, what I think I'm saying is I had planned.
You're
all-
activating our extra attunement slot.
I had planned when you all had hit 13 to be like, hey, you now have 5 attunement slots.
Damn,
You have
5?
not heard because
That's where our
that's what your
proficiency goes
proficiency is at 13.
Oh, it matches your...
Yeah.
So that was the
Oh.
idea, right? Like that's what we discussed is because you start the game with 2 proficiency, and then at
Yeah.
5 you hit 3, and then at what
Nine.
is it?
This is
9
like,
you hit
think it's
4, and then
This is like
13 you
the
hit
cyber
5,
war.
right? So
Every 4 levels, I think.
So I had
Yeah.
planned on being like, hey, you guys hit 13. New change to the game. You now have 5 proficiency, or you have 5 attunement slots. So you guys have not hit 13, which means you only have a proficiency of 4, meaning, fuck it. Let's do it live. You guys now have 4 attunement slots.
Yeah. Magic.
Double check your shit and see what's what, bitches.
Well, shit.
Because now we just complicated things even further. I think it is
I might have
now.
bought some shit, Jeremy, you fuck.
I think it is now more complicated now than it was previously. And that is where we're gonna end tonight's session. As I make
Damn it,
things
Jeremy.
more of a pain in the ass for the players rather than simpler. So,
You bitch
anyways.
I'm excited.
That's gonna be the end of tonight's session. When we rejoin our party, they will hopefully figure out what the fuck they want to do on the 9th level of the dungeon,
It won't.
Dwemercore.
It won't happen. It won't happen.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.